Get ready. These are the top 10 craziest police chases caught on camera. Insane speeds, close calls, and moments that will leave you speechless. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss number 1. Just before 10 p.m. on April 29th, 2025, Corporal Dustin Arnold was patrolling eastbound on Interstate 30 near mile marker 95 when he spotted a black SUV with loosely attached paper tags. Suspecting a violation, he activated his emergency lights near mile marker 96 to initiate a traffic stop. But the driver refused to pull over. As the SUV sped ahead, Corporal Arnold hit the siren and radioed Troop K. He was now in pursuit.
1997 Honda Civic Green, August 2024. Terrence Logan Garden out of Benton, confirmed insurance. 66.
I'll be out checking the strip.
Still.
At the same time, Trooper First Class Corbin Freeman was staged in the outside lane ahead of the pursuit near mile marker 125, emergency lights flashing. He attempted to slow the suspect by pulling in front of the fleeing vehicle, blocking its path. But then the unexpected happened.
He just crashed into 33. He rolled over 1016, 1016.
Whether intentional or not, the suspect's vehicle struck the rear fender of Trooper Freeman's patrol unit. The impact launched the suspect's SUV over the police vehicle before it veered off to the right and crashed onto the South Service Road. Without hesitation, the suspect jumped out and fled on foot into the nearby brush. Troopers gave chase immediately, weapons drawn.
Foot east into the wood line. He took off in the wood line. Hey, blackmail. Yeah. Hey, right here.
During the arrest, one trooper sustained a hand injury as the suspect actively resisted being taken into custody. After returning to the crash scene, Corporal Arnold conducted a search of the suspect's vehicle. Inside, he discovered a red backpack containing a black Taurus .38 special revolver. A check of the firearm's serial number through dispatch confirmed it had been reported stolen out of Memphis, Tennessee. The suspect now faces 10 charges, including felony fleeing in a vehicle with substantial risk to public safety, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, theft by receiving property valued between $5,000 and $25,000 or involving a firearm, and felony resisting arrest.
Yeah, then he's going to be running right too.
On July 21st, 2025, an Arkansas State Police Troop A officer alerted authorities to a high-speed chase in progress. A black Acura MDX tore through busy streets, running red lights and weaving dangerously, leaving bystanders and officers alike on edge.
Continuing right there, I'm going up the chalk top. Which direction I'm looking for? Mark him.
Put your hands up! Put your fucking hands up! Get him! Get him! I thought him blow through.
Yeah.
42's car. Good.
As police caught up, they executed a pit maneuver, leaving the driver no time to react. The car lost control and slammed into a concrete barrier. The driver, identified as Devontae Jones, was booked into Pulaski County Detention Center on multiple felony charges. A clear reminder, fleeing or defying the law carries serious consequences.
In the next incident, a disruptive driver fled from police, prompting officers to perform a pit maneuver to bring the pursuit to an end. On July 14, 2025 at 7:18 a.m., Trooper Keaton Ramsey was notified of a pursuit involving a gray Chevrolet S10 fleeing east on I-40. He repositioned from the 69-mile marker to exit 67 for possible interception. The suspect exited onto Highway 64, where Ramsey joined the pursuit as lead unit near State Highway 315. The chase continued eastbound at roughly 70 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone.
Net direct, K22 pursuit.
As Trooper Ramsey closed in, he attempted a pit maneuver on the passenger side, using a wide-open yard along the south side of the highway to minimize risk. The suspect swerved hard to the left, trying to evade the maneuver. Near Shields Road, the vehicle lost control, crossed into the westbound lane, overcorrected, and slid off the north side of the road. It struck an embankment, briefly went airborne, and came to rest in a ditch, about half a mile from where Ramsey had joined the pursuit.
Roll over, roll over. Roll over. Roll over. I'll be over if you roll over.
The driver, later identified as Lewis Black, was safely removed from the vehicle and taken into custody without further incident. A preliminary investigation revealed that Black had initially fled from police at a local Waffle House after failing to pay for his meal and causing a disturbance by talking to himself, which made employees feel unsafe. He was also found to be driving on a suspended license, without insurance, and not wearing a seatbelt. Additionally, Black had an active warrant at the time of the incident. In the next incident, a driver fleeing from Georgia State Patrol pushed speeds up to 145 miles per hour while under the influence. At about 11:38 p.m. on December 21st, 2024, Trooper First Class A. Matthews was conducting speed enforcement on westbound Interstate 20 at Maynard Terrace when he spotted a black Infiniti G37 traveling 102 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. Trooper Matthews immediately pulled out to initiate a traffic stop. As the pursuit exited at Glenwood Avenue, Trooper Matthews performed a pit maneuver on the ramp, sending the Infiniti spinning clockwise before coming to an uncontrolled stop on the grassy median. The driver attempted to keep fleeing, spinning the rear tires and jerking the wheel to regain control. To fully disable the car, Trooper Matthews struck the passenger side. He then exited his patrol unit with his department-issued sidearm drawn and gave loud verbal commands. The driver complied, stepped out, and was taken into custody without further incident.
Roll it down! Roll it down! Roll it down! You run now, shoot your ass! Come here! Keep both your hands up! Hey, get your fucking hands up! Stupid! Come here, lay down! Lay down! Lay down! Faster! Faster! Hurry up! Hands behind your back! Do it now! Shut up! I didn't ask you nothing, did I? You under arrest. You understand that?
The driver was identified as Charles Hopkins. He showed clear signs of impairment, with bloodshot, watery eyes, slurred speech, and a dazed expression. Trooper Matthews detected a strong odor of alcohol on his breath, and Hopkins admitted to drinking. Further investigation revealed Hopkins had an active warrant issued by the College Park Police Department for child molestation. Once the warrant was confirmed, Trooper Matthews transported him to the College Park City Jail, where he was released into the custody of jail staff.
All right, bro. Real quick, before I let you use the phone, I just got to read you something, okay?
On August 9th, 2023 in Los Angeles, a routine traffic collision quickly spiraled into chaos when a stolen white SUV, property of the Department of Water and Power, tore through the quiet Laurel Canyon neighborhood. But the driver didn't just flee. He turned the vehicle into a weapon.
What's the activation supervisor? Any rally traffic, AME 6 810 Cannon Boulevard for key injury incident for 627. 666, how to be key injury? Correction, okay. Get it back, just driver. 6936, what's the ETA on the back of the airship supervisor?
The driver ignored police commands and sped through heavy traffic, weaving dangerously between cars. But then, the chase took a sharp turn. The SUV veered onto a narrow, steep path and crashed through a metal gate. It looked like the end, until the driver suddenly spun the vehicle around and rammed into police cruisers in a desperate attempt to escape.
Facing your way. Officers come off that ramp. Facing your way. He's coming down the ramp. Will the officers be He's coming forward. He's ramming the police cars. Suspect is ramming the police car. Hey, get out the
fucking ground! Check fire! That's what he's help! Check fire! Get on the ground! Get on the
coming down the ramp.
Although the police attempted to stop the vehicle, the driver turned it into a deadly weapon. repeatedly charging at the police car and ramming into the officers trying to block his path. Forced to respond, the police opened fire in an attempt to halt the threat. Despite a barrage of bullets, the driver managed to flee.
Hey, put some spike strips right here. Back up. The other way. Hey, grab some less lethal now. Grab. Hey, Frazier! Frazier! Get behind cover! Hey, on this side. One shooter, one less. Okay, hey, Santiago, get up on the arm. We're gonna get some medical help, man. I got his arm. Alright, just hang up on him. No! Don't use that! Use the gun! Okay, hang up. Okay, hang up. We need to get him on the ground. Let's get him on the ground. Want to get him on the ground? No!
Despite being shot, the suspect refused to surrender, forcing SWAT to step in. After hours of standoff, he was subdued without further injuries and taken to the hospital. Identified as Manuel Ramirez, he was later booked into LA County Jail on multiple felony charges.
At about 11:45 a.m. on July 4, 2025, Sergeant Bob Love attempted to stop a purple Dodge Charger on Interstate 530 near the 30-mile marker. The car had approached his patrol unit from behind at roughly 90 miles per hour. Moments earlier, the same vehicle had fled from Sergeant Harris, who tried to stop it for traffic violations on U.S. Highway 65B near I-530. When the driver, later identified as Stevenson, saw Sergeant Love, he accelerated again, blew past the patrol car in the left lane, and began to flee. Sergeant Love activated his emergency lights and siren, initiating a pursuit.
Continue on interstate. Stay on the interstate. Victor Brian, no. He was Victor Brian, no. He stayed 30 west. 30 west. He's in the house in Bass Pro right now.
After Trooper Love lost sight of the vehicle, Troop E dispatch reported that the suspect had re-entered I-530 northbound near the 7-mile marker, where Troop A units picked up the pursuit. In this new chase, the driver became even more reckless, reaching speeds of up to 167 miles per hour. Even with their patrol cars pushed to maximum speed, officers were unable to close the distance. It was clear the suspect was posing an immediate and severe danger to the public.
We ain't coming up to the county line now. I just want some overpasses on the rig. I'm on the service road now, coming up behind him, coming up Quacky Tech. 48's on the service road, county line.
46 primary.
And 25, they're like, I'll be you primary.
He's got a gap on it. He's cutting in and out. Other people are primary. I'm not sure if it's primary or secondary, but I'm third. I'm westbound the service road, speed over 100.
He's back on the interstate.
Back on the interstate.
Whoever's primary, keep them updated. Left lane, come up to the 124 westbound.
10-4.
88's primary.
10-488.
If there's anybody west of us that can get some spikes, that may be the only way. He's been weaving in and out of traffic, passing the 123.
That's 123.
Boy. Lieutenant David Boyd. Adam 88, they're off.
88-10-9.
'88 to 25.
Go ahead for 25.
Sorry, I'm moving out of your way. I'm getting flat.
Everybody copy.
25, we're past the 121 now.
10-4, 121.
Still 30 westbound on 30.
And for about 3K, so we're coming towards
10-4.
In the minutes that followed, the suspect drove with extreme recklessness, cutting through traffic at perilously high speeds and nearly causing multiple crashes. Troopers still had no safe opening to stop the vehicle. But in Arkansas, law enforcement doesn't back down. Traffic was beginning to build, yet the suspect showed no intention of slowing. Patrol units pushed their cruisers to 150 miles per hour, but could still only watch the fleeing vehicle from a distance. At those speeds, even if troopers managed to close the gap, attempting a pit maneuver would have been far too dangerous.
Still 30 westbound on the 7th. third row now. Still on the third row, 30 westbound.
We are passing to PDASP with Benton.
10-4.
Finally, as the pursuit entered Saline County, the suspect attempted to escape by cutting across the grassy median. The maneuver failed. He lost control and crashed. Troopers moved in immediately and took the driver into custody. Remarkably, despite the Dodge Charger being nearly destroyed, no one inside suffered life-threatening injuries. Both the driver and the passenger were arrested without further incident. The driver now faces multiple charges, including speeding 167 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone, criminal mischief, second-degree battery, first-degree fleeing in a vehicle, causing serious physical injury, fleeing in a vehicle, exceeding the posted speed limit, reckless driving, first offense with serious physical injury.
Not yet.
In the next incident, a driver tried to outrun police, forcing them to use multiple pit maneuvers before finally bringing the chase to an end. On August 16, 2025, at about 2:16 a.m., Trooper Medley spotted a white Nissan Altima with objects hanging from its rear-view mirror, creating an obstruction. A registration check through ACIC revealed the car had no active insurance policy. Positioning himself westbound on Broadway, Trooper Medley waited as the Altima left a nearby gas station. He observed the vehicle cross Broadway onto Water Street and moved to initiate a traffic stop. The Altima eventually came to a stop at the intersection of Franklin and Wolf.
West Franklin and Wolf Street with a white Nissan Altima, Arkansas, Adam Henry John 92 Charles. Adam Henry John 92 Charles.
Hold on. I am Trooper Medley with Arkansas State Police. Hey, the reason I put you over is obstruction of view. Right here, obstruction of view, having out, stuff hanging from the window. You got your driver's license, proof of insurance? Hey, roll this down a little bit.
I don't do that. I don't trust no more deals. I'll put that in y'all.
Roll this down.
Here you go, my sir.
You got a driver's license?
I don't trust no more deals. Y'all, man. Y'all, that was wrong. Y'all just left them know.
Be honest with me. How much weed you got in this car?
Man,
I can smell it.
Man,
You don't tell me I can't smell it.
my man.
Hey, roll this down.
He was the one that was
Roll this down.
Trooper Medley stepped out of his patrol car and approached the driver, later identified as Colby Jamal Taylor. As he spoke with him, Medley immediately noticed a strong smell of marijuana coming from inside the vehicle. When asked how much marijuana was present, Taylor rolled his window up, ignoring instructions to keep it down. Moments later, Corporal West arrived at the scene, at which point Taylor suddenly sped off in the Altima, sparking a pursuit.
I'm secondary. Left on Franklin.
Left on Franklin. East on Broadway, turning back on Gorman. East on Broadway, turning on Gorman. Back towards the Division. I'm here with John, not too Charles. TBI. TBI. Take him back out. It's Whitebush. We're on ground. 32 is Hoover. We're on secondary. Where's some business? What's on the getting the PDI again, coming up the sheriff. Going north on Cherry. Turning on Murray. On Murray. 11 just hitting again. He's still going. Take it to the eye.
The pursuit continued at speeds of around 60 miles per hour, with officers repeatedly attempting pit maneuvers to bring it to an end. However, none of the attempts were strong enough to force Taylor to stop. As the chase moved on to Cherry, then turned left onto Murray, and finally north onto Robinson, Taylor began to lose control of the vehicle. At that point, Trooper Medley executed a series of pit maneuvers, forcing the Nissan to a stop. Taylor attempted to jump from the car while it was still moving, sparking a brief foot pursuit. He was quickly apprehended, though he continued to resist, forcing officers to take him to the ground a second time, during which he began spitting at them. The subsequent investigation confirmed Taylor was a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, violating both state and federal gun laws. He was transported to the St. Francis County Detention Center without further incident.
Everybody around.
On September 25th, 2024, the quiet Arkansas sky erupted as a red SUV tore down Highway 79. In a 75 kilometers per hour zone, it surged past 112, then 177 kilometers per hour, defying all limits. Moments later, the Arkansas Highway Patrol launched a high-speed chase that gripped the state.
Southbound 79, speeds 95, medium traffic.
Police ordered the driver to stop, but she ignored every command, tearing down the road at breakneck speed as if she had nothing to lose. Then, a fateful swerve changed everything. The car spun out, veered off the road, and stopped. But as officers approached, the real chaos began.
Field. It's going to be just north of Cantrell Road on 79. Go ahead and start 1016. Don't rush it! Don't rush it! Go, go, go! Anybody in the vehicle, come out with your hands up! Passenger, come out with your hands up! Turn around! Walk backwards to me! Walk backwards to me! Walk backwards! Keep coming! Keep coming! Keep coming! Keep coming! Keep coming! Okay, watch your ditch! Watch the ditch! Walk, here, turn around and walk this way. Come over here. Walk through that crap. Is there anybody else in the vehicle? Yes. Okay. Get on your face. Lay down.
As soon as the car came to a stop, the young driver jumped out and tried to run, but she didn't get far. Within seconds, officers caught up, subdued her, and placed her under arrest without further incident. A search of the vehicle uncovered guns, drugs, and several suspicious bank cards. She was later taken to the Arkansas County Detention Center. On July 30th, 2025, Officer Tyler Riles observed a white Ford F-250 driving the wrong way and repeatedly crossing the center line in a reckless manner. As Riles activated his hazard lights and moved in to intervene, the truck abruptly swerved into the Hobby Lobby parking lot, appearing to come to a stop. But in an instant, the driver hit the gas and sped off, igniting a high-speed chase.
On JFK, 5500 ball. Speed 70.
Despite the heavy traffic, the driver continued to behave with extreme recklessness, racing at high speeds, weaving between vehicles, and putting countless innocent motorists in danger.
Speed 100 light traffic. He is moving in and out.
North on 107. Past Elm Hills Parkway, going up on Soto, speeds 90. Light traffic. Green, clear.
So northbound on 107, passing exit cut off speed 30. Moderate traffic, however, they are yielding. He's weaving in and out. If you could notify county. Looks like showing that flag towers that were in effect. There's still north on 107 coming up to that red speed 90 light traffic.
Despite the heavy traffic, the driver continued to behave with extreme recklessness, racing at high speeds, weaving between vehicles, and putting countless innocent motorists in danger.
He could be 85. He just took one vehicle to run off the roadway. It's going to be a gray. Well, it's coming up on that foot. Still north on 107, coming up the rear drive, speed 95. Break out, Airport Station 107, Airport Station 107.
Airport Base 107.
Airport Base 107, let's go.
Shut up! You want to run like that?
The chase came to a dramatic end when the driver crashed through the base's steel gate and slammed into a concrete barrier. The truck was mangled, yet the driver managed to climb out and flee on foot. Officers pursued, deploying a taser to bring him down and take him into custody. The suspect, identified as Zachary Brinson, now faces multiple related charges. On April 1st, 2021, while patrolling I-75, a Florida Highway Patrol officer spotted a yellow Chevy Suburban blow through a stop sign and swerve into oncoming traffic. When the sirens came on, the driver took off like a madman, launching a reckless high-speed chase through town.
He's in the wrong lane of traffic. Through the median. Coming up to the post. We're at 70. Miles an hour. Heading toward Marion County, he's flipping me off. We're at 30, I'm kidding.
Police activated the cruiser's lights and repeatedly ordered the driver to surrender. But he refused, even flipping off the officers in a bold act of defiance. Pit maneuvers were attempted again and again, but each one failed. And then, what happened next changed everything. The chase intensified by the second as police deployed spike strips, but the driver skillfully evaded them. Instead of stopping, he hit the gas, recklessly speeding into active construction zones and putting countless lives at risk. After relentless pursuit, officers finally executed a precise pit maneuver that sent the vehicle out of control and brought it to a stop. The driver was quickly arrested without further incident. He was later identified as Richardson and booked into Marion County Jail on multiple felony charges.
In the next incident, another driver chose to flee from police, leading them on a high-speed pursuit that lasted over 10 minutes and ultimately ended with a precise pit maneuver. On Tuesday, February 21st, 2023, at around 2:17 p.m., Trooper Carrie Permenter responded to assist the Conway Police Department in an active vehicle pursuit. The suspect, driving a black Dodge Charger, had fled from Conway officers and was traveling eastbound on Interstate 40.
Getting caught up to him in the left lane. Left lane. Approaching 430. Staying on 40 east.
As the chase reached the Crystal Hill area, Trooper Permenter took the lead. The suspect circled through the Crystal Hill neighborhood before re-entering Interstate 40, continuing eastbound. The pursuit continued at speeds between 110 and 120 miles per hour. During that time, Trooper Permenter maintained the primary position until her emergency lights and siren malfunctioned. In accordance with Arkansas State Police pursuit policy, another trooper took over the lead near mile marker 151 on Interstate 40 eastbound, while Trooper Permenter remained in a support role.
Take over.
Secondary.
Four's gonna be secondary, 40 east, 140, 152. 40 east, 152. East 90, we're on the left shoulder now. 390 left shoulder.
The pursuit continued at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour through heavy traffic. Officers maintained close pursuit, waiting for a safe opportunity to perform a pit maneuver and bring the chase to an end.
Approaching JFK, speeds 112. JFK, speed 112. We're going to be taking JFK. Taking JFK.
As the suspect vehicle approached the levee exit, the driver began passing other motorists by using the interstate shoulder. The suspect then exited onto JFK Boulevard and continued westbound on West Pershing Boulevard. At that point, a successful pit maneuver was executed near the old North Little Rock Police Department building, bringing the pursuit to an end. The suspect, later identified as Corey Simmons, fled the scene on foot, running northbound. After a short foot chase, Trooper Permenter caught Simmons. He resisted arrest but complied after being struck once in the cheek. Simmons was taken into custody without further incident.
On August 29, 2022, a Wisconsin patrol officer spotted a Volkswagen linked to a recent armed robbery. The officer activated lights and sirens, but the driver refused to stop, speeding off and triggering a high-stakes chase across multiple roads.
East on Marne, it's losing it. East on Marne, it's got no tire, east on Marne past New York line, plates Adam Mary Edward, 6. It's occupied 4 times, come up to Lidell.
68 and behind you, I'll call it. We're still eastbound on Marne, coming up to Lidell, slowing down here. We're gonna go southbound on Lidell now. Here in the 4800 block of Lidell, still going, coming up to Hampton.
68, get your front computer.
Yep, we're southbound it.
The driver grew increasingly reckless, treating the road like his personal racetrack as he sped ahead and veered onto the grass median. Sensing the danger escalating, police attempted multiple pit maneuvers, all unsuccessful. Then, within seconds, Officers made a bold and decisive move.
Here comes the pit. Here comes the pit. And off road into the park. And there can be bail in here.
142 Wayne Court, we doing mutual aid?
Right there. We're still northbound on the sidewalk for the park here. Hit a pole. We're going to be coming out onto Hampton. Squads coming out onto Hampton.
A short distance later, police executed another pit maneuver, this time successfully. The car lost control, slammed into a utility pole, and came to a stop. Officers quickly surrounded the vehicle, arresting the female driver and two teens, ages 14 and 16. All were later booked into Milwaukee County Jail on multiple felony charges.
Watch your crossfire! Crossfire! Keep your hands up! Keep them there! We see your hands!
In the next incident, a drunk driver tried to flee from police, but the attempt ended in a tragic outcome. On December 27, 2021, Trooper Moskally was monitoring northbound traffic on I-75 near mile marker 158 in Bibb County when he observed a Ford Ranger traveling at 90 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone. As he pulled onto the roadway to initiate a traffic stop, the Ford briefly slowed down. As Trooper Moskally approached the Jennifer Drive overpass, he activated his emergency lights. The Ford Ranger began to slow down but didn't come to a stop. Instead, the driver swerved around another vehicle, making it clear he had no intention of pulling over. When the suspect attempted to exit onto Pio Nono Avenue, a semi-truck blocked the ramp, forcing the pickup to stay on I-75 heading north. At that point, Trooper Moskally engaged his siren and notified dispatch of the unfolding pursuit.
Seven outside. 17 outside.
As the chase neared the Rocky Creek Road overpass, the Ford Ranger moved into the center lane. In that moment, Trooper Moskally executed a pit maneuver, causing the suspect's vehicle to spin counterclockwise, roll several times off the roadway, and land on the passenger side along the embankment. Trooper Moskally immediately alerted dispatch and approached the wrecked pickup to check on the driver, later identified as Joseph Silas, who was still buckled in his seatbelt. Nye Silas complained of pain in his arm and expressed concern that he might lose his job. When asked if he had been drinking, he admitted he had and told the trooper, "I really messed everything up."